Welcome to the New Heights Show on Education. I'm Pamela Clark, founder and director of the New Heights Educational Group, and I'm here with David Smith, the founder of Silicon Valley High School, who has helped us get these podcasts produced and delivered to you.
Yes, Pamela, when we saw the great things that you and your army of volunteers were achieving at New Heights, we wanted to get involved. We're happy to work with you to leverage the internet and make quality education accessible and affordable to everyone, everywhere.
Thank you, David. We appreciate Silicon Valley High School helping us to get these podcasts out to the hundreds of thousands of listeners from all over the world. So I hope you enjoy the show.
All right. What's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to the New Heights Show on Education. My name is Freddie Bandola Jr., or you can just call me June if you want. And for those of you just joining in on my topic, I talk about technology and cyber awareness. With technology evolving every minute comes new opportunities and new threats. Because of this, I want to raise cyber awareness, meaning I want to reach out to people to help prevent you from being a victim of cyber threats, such as malware attacks, or getting hacked to the point where you are not only harming your computer, but harming your privacy, or any information getting leaked or sold for the wrong intention. That being said, it's an honor to be part of the New Heights Educational Group. This is an amazing organization, so be sure to visit our website at newheightseducation.org for more info.
Right now, you might be struggling through your classes or even failing them. You might be worried that you may not finish high school. There might have even been a thought that you may not be smart enough. Well, the New Heights Educational Group begs to differ. We not only think you are smart enough, but with our help, you will complete your high school diploma. The New Heights Educational Group strives to improve your academic success through its tutoring services. To learn more, please visit newheightseducation.org and contact us. New Heights Educational Group. Educational resources to help reach your goals.
So, same as last time, I'm going to cut my episode into two 12 to 15-minute parts due to the basic Spreaker account restrictions. So I'll be taking a short break, and then I'll be picking up where we left off. Just in case some of you are wondering if you have to be a computer expert to listen to my show, absolutely not. Matter of fact, I encourage you to listen in so that you can have a safe experience on your devices or networks. If you do remember my last episode, I threw in some movie references just to get an idea of how these malwares operate. Like, you can think of spyware as an undercover cop story, or a botnet as a comic book villain who brainwashes people to do their dirty work. So don't worry about it. References to pop culture has always worked for me when I was going through school, so I'll be going the same route for these episodes. So, if you listen to my last episode, I left off with the question, are all hackers criminals? Now, before I give the final answer to that question, let me define what a hacker is. So, Techopedia defines a hacker as someone who utilizes alternative system access methods to sabotage computer systems and networks. All right, kind of going off on a bad start, right? Now listen to this. Techopedia also defines a hacker as their actions being differentiated as illegal and unacceptable, or legal and acceptable. Now, have I raised question mark? Did I raise any question marks yet? All right, good, because today's topic is about hackers. So, hackers have been around for a long time, and the first recorded use of the word hacking dates back to 1955. So at this time, a tech model railroad club at Massachusetts Institute of Technology State used the word hacking when a man by the name of Mr. Eccles, it's spelled as Eckcle, so please correct me on that, requested that, in quotes, anyone working or hacking on the electrical system should turn the power off to avoid fuse blowing. So what did he mean by that? Was hacking always meant to do bad? Absolutely not. Because hacking back in the 50s and 60s was used as a discovery method to find out how technology worked. Now let's backtrack 2 years after Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone in 1878. So an article in a Medium Corporation stated that teenage boys who were hired to operate switchboards were kicked off the system in New York. These teenagers wanted to know how the system worked instead of connecting callers to another caller. So, now fast forwarding to today where technology is everywhere. Hacking has turned into something of a negative thing to the mainstream. Companies get hacked through the use of malware, causing billions of dollars in damages, and the public showing concern for their privacy, and just having this fear of what kind of damages technology could do in the future. On the positive note, the hacking community, yeah, there's actually a hacking community. They band together to enhance device capabilities, creating opportunities in a business, taking part in hacking competitions in a hackathon, or even get a start in IT by earning yourself a, high-paid job as an ethical hacker. All right. So I personally like to hack. And that's true. Does that make me a bad person? Well, this is what I do when I decide to hack. I get an old Android phone and I install a type of Linux operating system by exploiting the phone's loopholes to make it possible. I also get my sister's coworker's Amazon Fire Stick and I install a new Media Center app that you can't get on Amazon's App Store. Is this illegal? Absolutely not. There's a fine line that I believe hackers should not cross, which is to hack to harm persons or organizations. Like any other profession, you can have an ethical and righteous worker and a downright corrupt professional. Being a hacker is a great example of this because there have been several companies or even government properties that have been compromised due to either exposing government activity. I remember there was an article that I read back in Cal State, and a huge thank you to Professor Conrad Shayo for helping me pull up this old group assignment. He's one of the professors in information sciences back at CSU San Bernardino.
This podcast is brought to you by Silicon Valley High School, the world's fastest growing, video-based, self-paced, teacher-supported, fully accredited online school that's recommended by more than 96% of students. Take individual courses at just $95 each, or earn your high school diploma at any age. Check us out at svhs.co.
This topic, it was about a hacker who goes by the name of Edward Snowden, who hacked and exposed the NSA's activities about their spying program, PRISM. Now, Edward Snowden is known as either an American traitor or a hero who exposed violations of the Constitution. So, who exactly is this guy? He's a former government contractor who basically played spy versus spy with the NSA. Why did he do it? He felt that the NSA's spying program was illegal and immoral, and that his sole motive is to inform the public as to that which is done in their name and that which is done against them. So, on the NSA's side, however, they felt they needed to start up PRISM to prevent another terror attack by accessing emails, documents, or other sensitive data through Facebook, Google, Microsoft, or Yahoo. Now, these two sides, and whatever side you stand on, could go either way. But this is a great example of who this hacker is. You can either consider Snowden as a total black hat, gray hat, or a white hat. All right, Freddie, you've been throwing these collared hats around since your last episode. What in the world are you talking about? Now, as funny as it sounds, the collared hats actually define what kind of hacker that person is. So, what is a white hat? In short, they're the Avengers of the Justice League in the hacking world. So, what makes them good? Well, white hats are security researchers or hackers who find loopholes or vulnerabilities in a piece of software, and they find ways to fix it so it would not be exploited. In this day and age of technology being everywhere, white hats are definitely needed. Almost every device that is run on a network have that potential of getting hacked for malicious purposes, and with the help of a white hat, we can continue to have devices that we can use with no worries. So, anybody who is going into computer science or an IT degree, cybersecurity is an awesome career to get into, and man, does it pay well. And what is a gray hat? All right, this is a kind of interesting one, as gray hats fall under the good/bad category. So if there's any comic book fans, I'd say this is the Punisher version of the hacking world. Now, if you're not familiar with the famous comic book character, the Punisher is known to be a good guy with questionable methods to fight crime. He's not like Spider-Man where he webs up criminals and hands them over to the cops. So the Punisher pretty much kills criminals with the idea that if they're down for good. So Grey Hats are kind of in that same manner. They may violate ethical hacking standards by looking for loopholes and leak information to the public with good but questionable intention. So what they really do is they hack to find vulnerabilities of their own hacking. All right, I'm going to cut it off right here. So I'll get back to you real soon after a quick break.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. Don't forget to rate us and follow us on your podcast player. Check out our show page, radio.newheightseducation.org, for monthly announcements and other happenings.